Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Sonic Boom merchandise video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Tomy 6-inch Sonic the Hedgehog plush. Okay, so for those that don't know, Sonic Boom is a spin-off series to the Sonic the Hedgehog universe, and this will be my final Sonic Boom merchandise review out of the 6-inch plushes that Tomy have released. Probably be my last Sonic Boom merchandise review for a while. So there was 4 characters released in the smaller plush range, Sonic the Hedgehog obviously being one of them in front of you, and there's also Amy Rose, Knuckles the Echidna, and Tails. For this review I will be entirely focusing on Sonic. Okay, so let's move Sonic closer for a better look. Now, out of the 4 characters that were released in the 6-inch smaller plush range, this one here, Sonic, is my favourite in terms of just how he looks. Now, that's not to say there's anything bad about the other ones. I did cover some of the defects that they have, and there is one defect on this plush that I will come to in a little bit. But in terms of just how he actually looks, I think they got the looks of Sonic for this plush. They hit the nail right on the head, and I think he looks really good. But anyway, we'll start at the bottom part of the plush, give you a look at his shoes and feet. You get a good look at his bandages or sports tape, whichever you want to call them. You got a little bit of movement under the sports tape here. It's stitched around the bottom part of his shoe. Same with the other one. His stomach is pretty firmly stuffed. As with the Amy and Tails, the legs and arms are not as fully stuffed, but that's to sort of give them a little bit more movement. You can see there, you can only really bend these arms like around there because the sports tape part here does cut off a bit of the articulation there. His hands, as I've mentioned in the previous reviews, I am definitely a fan of the black stitching for the fingers. Gives it a bit more depth. Much more of a fan of that as opposed to the white stitching. Same with the left hand and arm. The touch tag, which is on the left side of his belly. Got the Sonic Boom logo. Washing instructions and Tomy's logo. Coming down to his head, he's got a very nice grin there. His nose isn't stuffed, that just feels like a flat piece of material. He's got green stitched on eyes, however you might just make it out his left eye is sort of slanting over a little bit to the left, which does look a little bit strange compared to his right eye. The ears, very nicely done. The ears also don't feel like they're stuffed, but then they're supposed to be sort of flat anyway, really, as opposed to accurate of the character. The tag, I will just quickly show. There's nothing different about any of the other Sonic Boom tags that I've shown you in the other plush reviews, with the exception of the name here. Now if we come around to the back bit, here is where I have a little bit of a defect problem, and that is, it will be his right side is the right spike at the bottom part of his head. Now it's sort of a bit out of place here because it's sticking right out to the right, and it doesn't sort of fit in with any of the others. It should really be a bit like that. I think it might be they've added a little bit too much stuff in the right bit, and where it's been stitched in it's just sort of gone over to the right. I did have a similar problem with Knuckles. His right dreadlock is sort of sticking out to the right a little bit. It should really be down there. But then for a smaller plush, when they're obviously minimising it into a smaller plush, there's obviously going to be a few shortcuts. There's only so much they can do getting the attention down to detail with manufacturing costs compared to what they're actually these are selling at retail. He's a scarf, which I haven't covered yet. You can move it around a little bit. In fact, you can probably undo it. It actually does look like, I don't think that's stitched on there. Not that sure actually. I think it actually is stitched on there. Yeah, it does look like it has been stitched on there. But you wouldn't really want to remove it anyway. Just move it down a little bit. So yeah, that's pretty much, I think I've pretty much covered everything with this plush. Okay, now as I did with the other Sonic Boom plushes, I did a little comparison to a similar styled plush. And that is what I'm going to do here with the smaller Jazzware Sonic plush. Now, just looking at the two of them together there, you can just easily see the difference in quality of how each of them looks. Personally, I think this Jazzware one, it looks like, well, it looks embarrassing if I'm totally honest. I mean, just look at the job they've done on the eyes. Now, that's not to say all of Jazzware's plushes have been bad. There are a couple of ones that do look pretty good, such as the Classic Amy that came out last year. But this Sonic one, I honestly think this looks terrible. Now, if we look at the back part of him, I mean, yeah, the spikes on his head look pretty good, they're okay. But then you look at the spikes on the lower part of his body, it just looks like, what the hell? I mean, they're roughly about the same size. Jazzware Sonic's probably about an inch smaller. But if you was to compare the two, then Sonic Boom plush would win hands down, just in looks in general and the stitching. As I've pointed out before, I don't like the idea of stitching over the material, as you can see they've done with the ears there. And you look at the stitching on the Sonic Boom one, it looks so much better. So yeah, there's your little comparison with those two. Now, there is a medium and large version of the Sonic plush. The one you see on the left here is the medium size one, and I reviewed this guy about October time last year. I think the medium one is 15 inches and the large one is 19 inches. I might be one or two out there. Now, the medium one actually does talk as well. You just squeeze his belly.
I could really go for a chili dog.
As you can see, I'll show you a little bit difference in the size. Overall, the quality of the medium one is higher than the small one, but it's obviously going to be that because it's larger, so I would say it's a lot easier for them to manufacture for it to be in more correct, such as things with the eyes and stuff. I think this medium one retails for around £15 to £20. Now, I do have the larger one. He is actually sitting above these guys in my cabinet, and he's sitting here hugging the chili dog that he comes with. The large version does indeed come with a plush version of a chili dog. Now, this one does also talk if you squeeze his belly. He says all the catchphrases that the medium one says, but also a further 5 more phrases. And when you squeeze him, his shoes actually light up as well. I did a much more full in-depth review for this guy if you want to check it out on my Sonic Boom collectible reviews playlist. Now, if you're stuck thinking which version should I get, or which version is the best out of the 3 sizes of Sonics, and if budget's not a problem for you, then I would definitely say get the larger of the 3 Sonic Boom plushes. That's the one sitting in the cabinet that you just saw. Now, I didn't actually say his price, and he sells for around £25, maybe a few pounds more or less, depending on where you look. And overall, I would say he is definitely worth that price, because comparing the quality out of the small and the medium, he is that much more better. And the fact that you get a chili dog plush with it, and the fact that his shoes light up as well when you squeeze in his belly, looks very cool and unique. I even said in the review that he's one of my favourite Sonic plushes that I've bought for years. But of course, he is nearly 3 times the value of the smaller Sonic Boom plush. So if you can afford the bigger one, I'd say definitely get it in terms of quality and how he looks. But if you're not too bothered about, or if budget is a problem and you're not really too bothered about the extra features, then get the medium or small. Or if you don't want any of the other extras, such as the talking features, then stick with the small one. Okay, and that is the review, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video, and thank you very much even more so if you've watched all 4 of my Sonic Boom plush reviews out of the 6-inch set. If you'd like to check out any of the other reviews for the characters you see in front of you, if you haven't watched them yet, then click the annotation box that is over that selected character, and that will take you to that desired review. Also, if you wanted to check out some of my other Sonic Boom merchandise reviews, then if you go into the description bar below, I've got a link to my Sonic Boom collectibles reviews playlist where all of my reviews for the Sonic Boom merchandise are in one place, so you can click whichever one you please in there. But with that, I bring this video to a close. Thank you guys once again for watching my video and subscribing. Take care of yourselves and see you on the next video.